Okay, your NSR game plan, buddy. This is where you have your toolbox, all the things that we're going to be doing throughout your recruiting journey, and ways to be proactive and get you out to coaches and moving through the process with them. So you will see that you are logged into your site, and if you go up here to where it says recruiting tools, you have a drop down menu and you click on game plan. This will take you to a different tab. Obviously, this is your game plan, but it's always there. And a lot of this will look familiar because it is all the things that we talked about that we would be doing when we first met. And I decided to work with you. So, the first thing that is on your NSR game plan is your signing announcement, and that was sent out 3 days after we started working together, and that was from me. That was the initial way that we got you out to several college coaches, hundreds of college coaches. And when I get that out on my kids, I usually get blown up on my email. And the first thing they ask for is video. So that's why it's important to have video on your site. But that is from me. So that's the first way that we get you out to college coaches. And then the next thing we're going to do, and I wait to do this until we have at least some video on my prospects profile, we're going to do the regional promotion. Now, see that you get this either twice a year or once a year, depending on which program that you selected. And if you have it 2 times a year, you get to pick 2 of these regions twice a year to send a copy of your personal message to. That's why it's important that we need to keep it updated. But once you schedule that, you will send it out. The home office will send it out to those coaches. Now, make sure that we're targeting coaches that are for your skill set. Obviously, we talk about that, but we don't want to be sending it out to, Coach Pat at Alabama if you're not fitting in his box. So we're going to send it out to as many coaches as we can that are the good fit for you. And a lot of these coaches, most of these coaches, you're probably not going to know exist. So this is a way to get you out to as many coaches as possible, get on their radar, and then once this is sent out, that's when your email is going to get blown up. And when that happens, you contact me and we help you respond to all of those coaches in a timely manner. But this is one of my favorite things that happens because it does get my kids moving through the process very quickly with college coaches. So that's twice a year. Brochure is basically a hard copy of your profile mailed out to college coaches that you select. So you get to select either 100 or 50 coaches a year to send this out to. And you really want to select schools that you're interested in, ones that you really haven't talked to yet, because you want to have a different way of getting in front of them other than an email. So when you're sending this out, I say send out about 20 to 25 at a time so you can spread them out throughout the year. And then the video promotion is kind of similar to that, where we send a link to your most recent video to the coaches of your choice, either 100 or 50 a year. Like I said, please spread these out throughout the year, 20 to 25 schools. And with all these promotions, don't select schools that you're already talking to. So like if you send a regional promotion out and you start talking to a college coach, don't send them another one. Don't send them a brochure and don't send them a video promotion because you're going to be talking to them personally. So the goal of these promotions is to get you on the radar and get you talking to coaches so that you can move through the process with each one. This promotion right here and this promotion right here and the promotion at the top, they should not all be going out at the same time. You want to send them throughout the year, and there are specific times that are better than others, so you can talk to me about that. It's usually best to send them out towards the beginning of the week, and it's usually best to send them out before the 2 biggest recruiting seasons, which are usually the fall and the summer. So get with me if you have any questions on how to schedule those promotions. This step 5 is a very important one. It's a sports camp recommendation form. So when you talk to me about your camp and we decide it's a good camp for you to attend, you're going to fill out this sports camp recommendation form at least 2 weeks prior to the camp. Now, if it's a last minute decision and you are 1 week out, go ahead and fill it out. But if you are 2 days out from your camp and it was a really last minute decision, it doesn't make sense to fill this out. So click on this, and then you're going to fill out this information, and you're going to name the camp and the date and the coach's name and the coach's email, and that's how you submit the sports camp recommendation form. Now, what this does is it sends a notification to me that you're going to that camp, which I already know, but you need to be reminding me as well. And then we also send out a letter of recommendation to that coach for that camp so that they will know you're coming. Obviously, I do have that sports camp protocol that you have, where this is one of the steps on what you should do when you're attending a camp. So this is the first step after talking with me about the camp. Now, if it is a prospect camp where there's multiple coaches attending, you are going to fill one of these out for each coach at that camp who will be there that you're interested in. So if it's like a PGF prospect camp and there's 5 coaches there that you want to contact, that you'll be at that camp, you're going to fill out 5 of these with each coach's name and the same camp. So let me know if you have any questions on that, but that's a very important step so that everybody knows you're coming once you are registered for camp. Now this, you score, huge, 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 lots of money. This is an online test prep program that you need to be utilizing because you get it as an NSR athlete. And obviously, before you do this course, I want you to be taking your SAT and your ACT to get a baseline of where you're at. And then you and I will talk and figure out the best time for you to start this. But when you decide if you want to stick with the ACT or the SAT, you're going to click on this, and then you are going to actually be taken to another site where you create an account. And once you submit this, then you'll receive a confirmation within 24 or 48 hours for you to start utilizing that program. Now, keep in mind, with this program, our kids are, if they choose the ACT, they have a 2-point increase guarantee on their ACT, which could be like $30,000 in academic money, so it's huge, and our kids are seeing a lot of success. The ones that are choosing the SAT are seeing like a 200 to 300 point increase on this. So make sure that you are utilizing this very, very important tool that you have in your toolbox as an NSR athlete to get as much academic money as possible. Okay? Questions on that, obviously, let me know. And then step 7 is your scholarship search. Okay? You can start looking at this anytime. There's lots of links to look through and see if there's any scholarships that have nothing to do with academics or athletics that you could qualify for. Some of them do have to do with academics, but these are things that you can start looking through and applying, especially if you are a junior. You should be doing this so that you can get as much money as possible. Video edits. This step 8 is something that I kind of go off the beaten path with my athletes, and instead of following the step 8 guidelines right here, I want you to be sending me video another way. So what I like to do is have you upload any of the video that you want on your profile to YouTube and then emailing me the links. Obviously, tell me if it's fielding or hitting or pitching or catching. And we really want to have, I know a lot of you can get as much video as you need on your site, but we really want to try to get some clips together so that we have like 2-3 minutes of quality footage. So that's the way I want you to submit the video to me. And we can talk about that if you're confused on what kind of video I'm looking for or what makes you look the best. But this is basically the only step that I really don't want you to follow because I have my own way of doing that. And then step 9, once you decide on your perfect fit, I'm going to submit your commitment, which means you're going to be marked in the system as committed, yay, and we'll get all your commitment graphics and everything out. You'll also see this for your parents if they want to make an extra payment or need to do some sort of payment. They can always do that right here if they want, but you don't really have to worry about that because you were the kid. So that is your game plan. Like I said, it's always there on your profile under recruiting tools. So if there's ever a time where you're like, I don't know what I should be doing, you should always just look at the game plan first and then let me know if you have any questions. Okay, this is your toolbox. Make sure you're using the tools. Like I've said several times, if you don't utilize the tools, they will not help you, just like a shovel cannot dig its own hole, and you have to actually use the shovel to dig that hole. These will not do you any good if you do not utilize them. So make sure that you're paying attention to this. You get them every single year that you're with with us in an NSR Kid. So make sure that you let me know if you have any questions and get to work on that toolbox.